It is said that in North America, an elderly person lived who was a seasoned carpenter. He was adept at making wooden houses. He used to work for his boss and he worked for 35 long years. He was a blue-eyed employee of his boss because his boss was quite content with his work. This was his brief introduction. ये उसका तारुफ होगा. Let's move on with the story. One evening, after a long tiring day, carpenter came home. He sat and he started thinking, I have grown old. मैं बूढ़ा हो चुका हूँ. My hair has turned grey. I am not as strong as I used to be. It is high time I spent my sunset years with my family. Thinking this, he made up his mind for retirement. The following day, अगले दिन, he went to his boss. He said to him, और उससे कहा, I have grown frail and feeble. I have been dearly missing my family. I think it is my time to hang my axe. The boss was sorry to see one of his best employees go. The boss said to him, boss ने उससे कहा, I respect your decision. मैं आपके फैसले का एहतराम करता हूँ. I won't stop you. However, I fervently request you to make one last house for me. And I am optimistic. और मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि मैं पॉजिटिव सोचता हूँ that you won't turn down my farewell request. As I told you, this carpenter was now hours to working. He was on toes to go and meet his family. His heart was not into working, neither could he refuse his boss because they both had a good rapport. So carpenter agreed. Carpenter तैयार होगा. But he agreed reluctantly. The boss became elated. He showed him the site, and the very next day, carpenter started work. As I told you in the beginning, carpenter was very skilled at his work. He used to make remarkable houses. But here, this time, his mind was not into quality. His mind was not into putting his excellent work. Only one thing was lingering in his mind. He wanted to finish the job at the earliest. In a bid to finish the house as soon as possible, he did not consider many of the important aspects. He did not think of making a good swimming pool or making rooms large and spacious, well ventilated, and making the entire house attractive. He did not consider any of these. Eventually, he finished his job in a very short span of time. Truth be told, by far, this was the worst house he has ever made in his entire life because he used shabby and inferior material and he employed cheap laborers as well. He did not hire skilled laborers. His mind was not into quality. So by far it was the worst house he has ever made. Upon completing the house, he invited his boss. He examined the entire house. While leaving, he gave the keys to a carpenter. You have been a great help to me. I cannot thank you enough. You did great service to me. तुमने मेरी बहुत खिदमत की है and this is a token of gratitude from me. That means I am gifting you this house. No sooner had the boss told these things than the carpenter became astonished and baffled. He started regretting and repenting. He thought, उसने सोचा, if only I had known that I was making my own house, I would have built it in the best possible manner. For me and for my generations, I would have used the most expensive material. I would have made it the most beautiful house ever. I would have hired the most skilled and dexterous laborers. But it's no use crying over spilled milk. Dear students and my viewers, this lesson gives us a profound message. We, like that carpenter, we all are building our futures. And unfortunately, like him, many of us are oblivious and unmindful of our future. As we sow, so shall we reap. If we work hard today, we are going to reap the rewards in future. Otherwise, our future will be miserable. So it's high time we became serious. We have to set a goal and we have to pay undivided attention towards it. Hope you understood this story. Now, my job is done. Now, it is an onus upon you to listen to this video 3-4 times attentively. Because when you listen to it repeatedly, you will be familiar with all the words used here. You will learn these words automatically. Subsequently, uske baad, your next job is to narrate this story to your friends, your siblings, relatives or your parents. If you do this, you are doing two things here. You are learning new words, you are enhancing your vocabulary. Simultaneously, you are improving your fluency. Well, if you like this story, give it a thumbs up and share this video with all your friends and acquaintances. And make sure to subscribe to my channel for my future updates. Until the next video, Assalamu alaikum.